right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Brandon Gill Show. Thank you so much for tuning in on Palm Sunday. You could have been doing anything else in the world, but you're doing it with me this afternoon. You all have to excuse me. I kind of punked you and said I was going to do an episode last night, and I didn't, but hey, I'm back again. This is your favorite self-published author of Life, a book of short stories and poems to motivate, challenge, and inspire the entire household with poems like Redemption and Why Love a Lover and Stand Apart, short stories like I'm Only a Man, Don't Leave Me, and what's another one of my favorites? Rain, Rain, Go Away. You're ordering the brand new copy on my website for $20 that has the official endorsement on the back from HISD, a redone backsplash and front cover as well, and a special letter just to you that says Dear Reader. So I look forward to you getting that, and the shirts for the show that will be up there as well. Peace, love, and joy for the Brandon Gill Show. Wonderful. I am a ghostwriter if you need someone to ghostwrite. Theatrical writer if you need somebody to get dramatic with you. And I'm a mother, and I'm also like I said, the 4th largest school district in the nation endorsed motivational speaker, coming to you live this morning from the last and final day of the Bayou City Arts Festival. This is amazing. Amazing food, amazing people. I'm going to post some pictures of myself later on because today I represent everything that makes America not so great. So you will see some pictures and some stuff up on my different social media platforms and some video on youtube.com/the Brandon Gill /Brandon Gill. Don't forget to go into the Brandon Gill Acts section to take a look at Imogene. And you definitely don't want to miss out on Brandon Gill Hits the Streets as I go around Houston showing you all what's going on and talking to people and getting their opinions. So our announcements are the fee sheet will be going up on the Brandon Gill Show page on Facebook, as well as my website, BrandonGill.com, so you can get the promotion by donation. Who has ever done that in the history of time where they will promote you by donation? You write it off as a tax-exempt charitable donation to the not-for-profit show. I want to give a huge shout-out to my artists, the 24-hour food truck, oh my goodness, Ocean Fire. Goodness, almost forgot Jonathan Barris. And most definitely, we got to give some love to our very first subscriber at the $10 a month rate, Rain Eatman, who is a wonderful songstress that you can find at musically-inclined.org. Now, that's my pucker. Wasn't too ghetto for y'all. Let's move on. Our topic for today is Be-A-Heir. Not be aware, but including Be-A-Heir. I want you to be aware. So we've got a lot of issues. If you can see me right now, I have a sandwich sign going on with my body. And I am dressed in everything that America's not so great at. So we're representing the 455 million people across the face of this earth that have mental illness, and 25% of which they have no clue. We're representing those that come out of foster care and you give them $100 and a bus pass and expect them to make it, but they end up in jail, and the rate of recidivism is so damn high. They're probably going to have children that are going to end up in foster care because they're going to be taken by CPS. It's sad, but these are the real numbers. You all have to pay attention. There was an incident on yesterday where a young man was misunderstood. He had a mental illness and he wanted to have some space away from someone else that was offending him. When it was brought to my attention, it was easy for me to figure out. Cognitive behavioral therapy is very good for the soul. There's a lot of people out there who don't think they need anything, that they're perfect. You're a narcissist. That's also a dis-ease. Nobody walking the face of this earth is perfect, so why do you think that about yourself? That's foolish. Even if you're a completely healthy person, inside and out, in terms of the way that you eat, your dietary regimen, or whatever you want to call it, you do have issues, and everybody does. And even if you think you don't have any, it's always good to pay attention to your mental health. Why? Because you are wanting to make heirs and heiresses. We don't have to live in the British Isles to be royalty. You're royalty. I'm royalty. Shoot. My people are Indian, they're black, they're white, they're Spanish, they're French. I'm half Creole and I'm half black, Indian, and white. I am complete mulatto is what they would have called me in the 1950s, which is one of my favorite eras. And it's what my show is based on July the 7th at Avant Gardens here in Houston, Texas on Westheimer. You all see some information about that. So the thing is, you want to make sure that your mental health is in line so you can pass these great features on to your kids. Children need to understand they are the future. And the future needs to be clear, concise, and conceptual. Meaning, we need to be clear to our children that there are more things in life except for what is this crap? America's Next Top Model and Housewives of Hawaii and whatever else they're watching on TV instead of learning not to go to school and beat up on their friends. You know, because these are people that are going to end up being your CEO and you'll be ticked off and you can never get a raise, okay? Seriously, you all need to be aware. When a mentally ill person comes up to you or they have some type of what I call blessing, they don't think the same way that you do. Their cognitive abilities are not the same. They think everybody's against them because in America, a lot of times they are. I talked to a man that works at the gas station. He's from Pakistan. I asked him, what do you do when people are depressed in your country? He said they shun them. Did you hear that, damn it? They shun them. I'm going to keep it cool during the day because it's Palm Sunday, but they shun them. They literally do not talk to them, associate with them in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and it's really ridiculous. But that's not ridiculous in the sense that that's the way that they do things. But they do it, as I learned, it wasn't ridiculous because he said that they do it because they want you to go off and take care of yourself. Get yourself together. A lot of us out here that think that it's just so perfect and there's nothing wrong to have some of the worst problems. And they don't even know it. We joke about it and it's supposed to be so funny, but it's really not, you all. You wonder why we're getting bombings in Austin and we have these Puerto Rican Hurricane Harvey and everything that's going on in this world. But you're not doing anything to change it. You got to be a heir. Be aware. Make sure your children know that bullying is wrong. Take them out to different events like the film festival. Shout out to the Plus Fest ran by Emmanuel Bean. He's going to be having a great event out there. I might be there myself. And that's something positive to take your kids to so they can see something that's different than somebody getting beat up on WWE. I'm just saying. And you wonder why we got to have all these issues with the NRA. I'm tired of hearing about it. I should be able to carry a gun if I want to. I'm not the one running around shooting people from some hotel room in Mandalay Bay. Come on, guys. Let's wake up. You know, we're out there celebrating Easter. It's beautiful. Palm Sunday is beautiful. But let's also remember that while we're eating on our good old French breads and deviled eggs and everything else, that there's issues still going on in the world. And you want to have something to go on, then have somebody write a proposal or a grant so you can get yourself out there and get you some good old attention to things that really matter. When you die, you want to leave more behind than a couple of bucks for your kids to pay for your funeral and then go on and squander the rest of it off on Adidas and bubblegum. You want your kids to be a representation of you, and if you're not a representation of all the things that make America great, seriously, not for 5% of the nation to control the rest, but for everybody to have democracy and the right to say what they want to, like I'm going to do today, then you need to do something. You can't just steadily complain. I get so sick and tired of that crap. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm not going to curse because it's Palm Sunday morning, and some people are going to turn this off. But listen to me when I say, that's the clear part. Being concise is making sure they definitely understand what you're talking about. You can't just say, oh, I'm just making sure, honey, I'm having a talk with you. No, these kids have to be talked at these days because they don't hear half of what you say, and they need to listen, not just hear you. And you definitely need to be a collective about it too. Be collective. And when I say conceptual, like I said before, let them build their own concept about it because they're going to have a different way that they are going to convey their message as they hear from you to the world around them. So let's just be cognizant about that on this beautiful Palm Sunday. Don't forget to continue to check thebrandolyngill.com for all the updates and sign up for my newsletter, The Brandolyn Gill Show. It's going down on July the 7th at Avant Gardens. One-woman show representing many of these things from a woman's perspective, of course. It's my theatrical, poetic show behind my book life, and you don't want to miss it. Tickets are already on sale at Eventbrite. And I'm calling you out. Community, come forward. Venues, sponsors, underwriters, food, donors, everybody are needed for a mental illness event that I am going to do on May the 5th. We're doing it. with or without you. If you're scared and you don't want to help your community, or you're too busy to do nothing at all, then we don't want you a part of it. I'm going to change the world one listener at a time, so keep yourself tuned. Peace, love, and joy. Coming soon to iHeartRadio, and tune in. I'm out.